Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Kwaku here with a Microsoft Tech News Roundup. So far this week I have to bring you the Microsoft Series S controller potentially leaks. We have a Surface virtual briefing later this week. Battletoads comes to PC, Game Pass, and console on August 20th. And Microsoft Flight Simulator comes out literally next week. So jumping right in, I have in front of me the notes, the Microsoft Series S controller leak. So a while back, I did a tech news video, where I showed a Twitter post, or not a Twitter post, but a Reddit post where a kid visited a Microsoft executive's house and took a picture of a white Xbox Series S controller, or a Series X controller. And now we got pictures and manuals of something relating to the Microsoft Series S controller itself, and it tells us that in fact the Series S exists and it will be a thing. So that could be pretty much confirmed at this point that there will be a Series S. Kind of makes sense considering you have the Xbox One S, which is kind of like the mainstream one, and then you have the Xbox One X, and that's the high powered one that costs more. So it makes sense that you're going to have that. And it also makes sense too that the white controller for the potential Series S is white, because the One S is white and the Series X is black with the black controller, and of course the Xbox One X is also black. So it kind of makes sense. So that's a really good thing for me. I really appreciate, and I hope the cost is good, because once again I'm going to say it every week, I really need to know the price of this. Microsoft, please stop waiting for Sony, or Sony, please stop waiting for Microsoft. Just release the price. I know it's tough, but just release the price. We all just want to know, so we know how much to start saving. And jumping into the next one, we have a Surface virtual briefing, and that is coming actually on Wednesday, August 12th. So today I'm recording this on Monday, August 10th. And so I'm obviously not invited to that briefing. It's a high up Microsoft MVPs, Paul Thurrott, Mary Jo Foley, and so on, Brad Sams and such, Windows Central. So take a look at that stuff. But I will be reporting on that briefing to see, hopefully, all signs point, hopefully, to the Surface Duo device, the folding screen phone. It is quite large. And speaking of Surface Duo, in front of me here is the potential specs for this device here, this folding screen phone. So it's obviously 2 times 5.6 inch screens. It is a 4:3 ratio, 1800 by 1350 per screen. You also have Qualcomm Snapdragon 855. Now there's probably a reason why you're wondering why are they using 855, and I think it's because they don't want to put 5G in this thing. AT&T did leak it on their website, and it leaked all over Twitter to the point where you can't even miss it. If you're watching this video, you probably already saw those leaks. There's official press renders of the Surface Duo laying around, and it kind of all signs land to AT&T leaking it. So, and then there's a Surface virtual briefing. Unless something miraculously comes out of this thing, there's a good chance that this is probably just the Surface Duo finally coming out of its wrappings, and all the executives that talked about it and everything like that. There's a good chance that that's that. The other specs of it: 6 gigabytes of memory. They're thinking they might have 64, 128, and 256 storage. And apparently they're thinking it's not going to have expandable storage. I sure hope Microsoft knows what they're doing, and they do, in fact, this is wrong, and they include expandable storage, because I normally just pick up the 64 gig model of any device, and then I know they have expandable storage, like on a Galaxy device. Then I just add a 512 card in it for like $100 or less, and then I have a whole bunch of storage on it, instead of paying the premium for a higher storage device. The next thing here, you have a camera that's only 11 megapixels with f2.0 aperture, and that's all right. You know, it's good enough for bokeh. They have shown some leaks from Microsoft executives once again of pictures coming from the device. It looks like there's only one camera on it. I think it's just on the inside, but of course you can flip the device over and fold it and show the screens on the outside, and that means you can use the camera that's on the inside on the outside, since it folds completely like that. Another thing here, they do have a fingerprint sensor. No word on what kind of fingerprint sensor here. You have USB Type-C and a nano SIM slot. That's to be expected. A 3460 milliamp hour battery. I feel like that's kind of small for a battery. I feel like for that kind of dual screen thing with that resolution, I feel like this thing should be more of like a 4000 milliamp hour battery. It doesn't look like it's a very thin device, so I feel like if this is wrong, I hope it's wrong. This needs to be like a 4,000 milliamp hour battery because it's powering 2 screens. Obviously the color Glacier White, that's pretty much the colors of the Surface earbuds that I did a review on in the past. And then of course the loudspeaker and phone speaker, so I'm sure that's how the stereo audio might come if it has a stereo audio. And then Surface Pen support, that's something we actually haven't seen too much about, is Surface Pen support for this thing. But apparently it's going to have a Surface Pen, so that's pretty cool. And then the dimensions of it, 92.525 millimeters by 145.17 millimeters by 9.6 millimeters or 9.60 millimeters. So those are the specs of the Surface Duo. It's potentially going to be talked about at that Surface event, like I said before, on Wednesday. I hope it is. I hope we find out the pricing of it. I hope the price is right. If the price is only like $1,000 for the device, you can better bet I'm going to get that device. And I hope it will ship soon, maybe probably by the end of August. If it comes out, it'll be probably available by the end of August. Last 2 things here. We have Battletoads coming to PC, Game Pass, and console on August 20th. So if you haven't played Battletoads in the past, I gotta say, you should. It's like a beat 'em up. I'd say you should pick up Rare Replay. It's already on Game Pass anyway. You can play the original OG Battletoads and try that out. And then Battletoads, I'm gonna call it Battletoads 2, is gonna just be a much modern take on Battletoads. It should look really cool. They have a Battletoads character on Killer Instinct, but that's kind of an old game. If you want to see what they look like, I'll probably just have it on the screen in front of me. Last thing here, we have Flight Simulator that arrives on August 18th. That is actually next week. In fact, let me check this calendar here. When is August 18th? August 18th is Tuesday. Yeah, August 18th is on Tuesday. And so what I'm planning on picking up a Logitech Flight Stick, like I said in the last video, so I can really show off the full thing of Flight Simulator. It's potentially going to be pretty cool, and I hope it is. I hope it's pretty cool. Let me see something here, because I actually have quite a large monitor here, and I hope the camera is showing it because I can't see what's on the camera, but I'm planning on using that giant monitor to show it off. Yeah, it's supposedly going to be pretty cool. In fact, let me show you guys one more time the monitor I am planning on using for this game. So that's my PC. It's the stand and the monitor. You see that giant BMW there? This is a 49-inch monitor. I took a look at. I did a video talking about this monitor. If I stay in focus, there you go. I did a video on this monitor as well. The Samsung CRG9 49-inch ultra wide, 5120 by 1440. But yeah, that is it. A quick wrap up of the news, Microsoft tech news for so far that came up last week, this week. We have quite a few things coming up, and the holidays are coming up, so there's going to be a lot more stuff coming. NVIDIA, AMD with graphics cards, and new apps coming out that are looking really cool and juicy. I talked about your phone as well. I talked about Android app support on your phone, so you can take a look at that video as well. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys have a safe and fantastic Tuesday, and stay away from people, because you know what's going on right now. Take care, everybody.